So that's me, and I am getting ready to do this road to guitar mastery. But before I can do that, I have to warm up. Greetings and welcome to day 44 of Road to Guitar Mastery, the ongoing show where I attempt to master the guitar by breaking it down into its most fundamental pieces. In today's episode, I'm going to show you exactly how to memorize the entire major scale across the fretboard using only 3 shapes. This is what the G major scale looks like in its entirety, sprawled out like seemingly random dots of randomness. Years went by as I stared hopelessly at this braille confusion until finally it hit me. The entire major scale exists as 3 unique patterns stacked and overlapped on top of each other, repeating infinitely both vertically and horizontally. So here are the 3 shapes. If you've been watching this show for a while, you'll recognize these 2 shapes as our original starting point. Here is how the 3 shapes stack together vertically. Shape 1 sits on top of shape 3, which sits on top of shape 2, which sits back on top of shape 1. The only real rule to consider is how you move the pattern to the right 1 fret when you're going from the G string to the B string. And that's it. That's all the patterns. Look again at the full G major scale. Can you see how these 3 patterns intertwine? Now, the next step is to memorize where the scale degrees lie in each of these 3 patterns. Here are the solutions I came up with to learn these numbers in a fun puzzle kind of way. Option 1 is to print out the worksheet for each pattern and fill in the missing scale degrees like a Sudoku puzzle. This was my original approach until I realized how much paper that takes, so I built a second option. Here's my simple Excel game that does the same function as the worksheets. Fill in the boxes in as many different ways as you can, then hit the reset button when all the boxes have been filled. This way, you can get in as many reps as possible. My advice would be to stick to one of the 3 patterns until you know the scale degrees unconsciously, then move to the other 2 patterns. After you know all 3, it's just a matter of gluing them together. Pattern 3 on top of pattern 2 on top of pattern 1, and then horizontally they overlap. And just like that, now you know exactly how to memorize the entire fretboard in 3 shapes. On a different note, I do now have a Patreon, so if any of you would like to help the show out further, now you can. Currently, I have 3 reward tiers for future patrons. The Superfan tier for only $1 a month will give you access to our new Patreon community, along with media from the show, including worksheets, slides, Excel games, and music downloads. If you choose the Shoutout tier for $5, I'll give you a shoutout in future episodes. And finally, if you pledge $20, I'll make you a character in the show. And just an FYI, you can donate random amounts as well, and unsubscribe at any time with no penalty. The Excel games and worksheets will appear on my MeWe page, also linked down below if you'd like to follow me there. I really appreciate having an audience as it really motivates me to get better, so thank you all so much for the support, and I hope to see you all again on the next episode of Road to Guitar Mastery. Take care, everyone.